Help
So
me.
I thrive in chaos. That's like Mad Genie, like the mad scientist, the madness like that. That is my thing, dude. But that's legitimately my thing. Like I thrive in that chaos. So
oh man, what just happened?
From elementary school, look at the person to your left. No, it won't work here.
Does everybody feel comfortable, or does anybody want to practice like one time before we go?
Oh my God. Ah, you guys. Okay.
What are you?
I'm a monster.
And sometimes it's through late self-discovery, through
also I'm sick, so if I just cough up a lung, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Like that.
Well, you got one more. Don't worry about it.
That was disgusting. Please don't do that.
Yeah, please power through. We're professionals here.
All right, LinkedIn fam, here we are. You've got the 6 co-hosts of the UnLearn show, and we are excited beyond belief. We've got the co-founder of Mad Genie. He's the man from Milwaukee. He's all about commitments. I think he's got his pup Levi sitting next to him right now for us.
He went under the table, so.
Oh man, come on, Levi. Jeez. And you might see a few of us with some wolf stuffed animals, or we've got some folks wearing some wolf shirts right now. And we got somebody that's gonna howl, I think, right? Is that?
That's for you.
So our guest,
that's the dying.
Appreciate you.
That's the dying wolf.
Our guest for today is none other than the man who's got the spirit animal of the wolf, Q. Q, so lucky to have you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to meet those of you that I haven't, and you guys are insane, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
We are actually insane, yes.
We should requirement the show.
Yeah.
So for our LinkedIn fam and community out there, what we're going to do is take the next few minutes. We're going to talk with Q, and what we're going to talk a little bit about is where is Q? What is he up to present day?
Yeah. So what up, Q? Can you define your passion and your purpose and why? And I guess your why, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. That me? Is there noise in the background? Sorry.
That's the voices in Katie's head.
I was like, what?
I think those are voices in Q's head. So
Maybe.
Q's losing it. He's losing it already. Welcome.
My why, my passion. I've witnessed a lot of hate. I've witnessed a lot of darkness, just negativity, and really for no reason. Like I've seen my mom go from having absolutely nothing to living in a $500,000 home to losing it, and then trying to go back and get that again. My brother in 2010 came out as the first openly transgender athlete, Division I athlete in the world. And he was featured in like ESPN, MTV, my dog's getting up from the table again, MTV, 40 Under 40, like all these different publications and shows. But like he was kicked off his team, and like he was called a tranny and like a faggot, and would have to have security when he went into bathrooms, and just so much hate and negativity. And I've witnessed so many amazing, epic people that face things like that, and they can't be successful because of, they think that they can't be successful because of things like that. So my mission in life is just to help epic people do epic things. And that's really it. Like I could dive deeper into that if you want, but just help epic people do epic things, because there's a lot of amazing people that should be doing amazing things that are not, because they don't have the resources, they don't have the skills, they don't have the network, whatever it may be. But that is my mission.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think we'd love to hear you tell a little bit more about that when we get to the present, kind of like walking through that past and then the present piece of it. But I think Vito, you had a question for Q, kind of going down that line of what he was just talking a little bit about, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions for Q. I have like a list here, but I'm going to be a misfit if I can. I'm going to be a misfit. I want to go back to the question that I asked earlier. One of the things that I respect about you is your demeanor. You have this cool, collected vibe about you. Now, we can't get, I guess, with the time frame into how Q became Q, but can you give us a summary version of how Q became Q and how you have this cool collected vibe about you?
No, I love that, and I appreciate that. Again, like, I think that goes back to like the hatred and not having anything as a kid. And I was a musician too, so the vulnerability, like, that comes easy to me. Now it comes easy to me, and I was always on stage, you know, singing about breakups or daddy issues or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and give us a couple of bars, man.
No.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't rap.
No pressure.
He's gonna challenge you.
I can get.
We're gonna challenge you.
I'll get my guitar after, maybe. But yeah, just, I think going through like just everything that I've been through. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I've always been chill. I've always been kind of quiet, and I really didn't discover myself until maybe 2-3 years ago when I dove into marketing and started meeting people. And the more people I met, the more I discovered myself. But this is the outcome. This weird, crazy, odd person.
Misfit.
I like it. I like it.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Vito, you said you had a list of questions. You wanna take one more?
Yeah, I love to
Vito,
pause and wait for you to get your guitar out.
I have a question for you. I will get the guitar. Maybe.
Ask away.
I'm sick though. Those tattoos.
No, you are sick. You're sick.
I am. The tattoos. What are they?
Oh, they are Aztec art.
Nice, man.
They are part of a cultural thing. They're collage. So it goes all the way around under.
It's legit.
All the way around under, across the back.
I grew up speaking Spanish, so we studied all of that. I'm Puerto Rican. I know that's not like Aztec or anything like that, but I grew up speaking Spanish and we studied all the cultures. I actually didn't know how to pronounce the shapes in English until like 8th grade, man. It was bad.
That's crazy. So you speak some Spanish?
I do, but I won't.
That's crazy.
I understand Spanish. I understand it. My Spanish is broken, man.
Ándale pues. Okay, cool.
Olvidé tanto, but I can.
Sas.
So Q, we want you to take us a little bit back in time also, right? A little bit about the past. And we've got both Jake and Chantel had a couple of things they were going to ask you, but Jake, did you want to go first? And
Ladies first.
all right, Chantel.
Wait, mine kind of leads it. Mine follows yours, Jake.
I meant move. My turn. Well, so Q, I mean, you've already done a pretty good job, man, of just kind of unpacking the fact that you had some stuff in the past and with your family, and that's really, you know, brought you pain, but things that you wanted to take that pain and do something with, right? And so what do you feel like, based on kind of where you are today, was your breaking point? Where was it that really kind of broke you down and you started to remake Q?
I would say it's a lot more recent than you would expect. And while I was actually in the process of getting my company off the ground, I think February, I just looked at my Snapchat like memories, and there was a picture on there, and it was a jar of change, just half full silver coins. And it said all you had as of February, I think it was like the 8th of 2017. So very, very recent. And at that time I had negative $900 in my bank account. Like, I kid you not, like I had nothing. I had a pound of rice, and then I had like a pound of frozen chicken in my freezer. And I wasn't scared. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't mad or anything like that. I was ready. And I knew that was bottom, and I would never get below that negative 900 ever again. And that really was a point in time where I started going after it, and I started jumping. I started making moves and building relationships that were going to propel me forward. So I talked to my roommate that same day, and I'm like, dude, like, I am struggling. Like, if I don't get one client by the end of this week, I'm done. And I'm just going to go back and work at the startup or go get a corporate job or whatever it may be. And I'm going to start all over. And at the end of that week, I had 3 clients. And that was the first time that I had made money with my business. And after that, dude, I have not looked back. It's been a struggle, but that was the point.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Wow.
So then my question would be, you've been through so much. You've had the struggle and you've obviously grown from it. So at that time, at your lowest, when you were really, really, really struggling, did you ever think, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? And how did you turn that around into the positive way that you did?
So I wouldn't say why me is what I asked myself, or what I was thinking, but like I was going through all of this and I'm like, my life is like a movie, like this is going to be over soon. I'm going to be all good and it's going to get better. Like that was my thinking throughout all of it. For all like 12 months that I struggled, it's like, okay, next month is going to get better. Next month is going to get better. So it was really the obliviousness that allowed me to get over it. It wasn't grit. Grit and toughness came out of that, but it wasn't the grit. It wasn't the toughness. It was me thinking that like, okay, it can't get any worse, or okay, like I'm going to get better. But I never really asked why me, because again, like I have seen so much. It did suck, but I don't know. I would say no, not specifically that question.
Did you have anybody in particular that helped you through that? Like, was there a friend or a roommate or somebody?
Yeah. So when I quit my job, car got totaled, girlfriend left me, all friends just didn't care about me when I started my business, like nothing. I had absolutely nobody. My mom was angry at me because I actually did not finish college. I have 3 credits left and I'm not going to finish them. I had absolutely nobody. And that's why I'm so big into communities. That's why I'm so big into helping people, because I know that like when you start a business, like there's nobody, and it like, why would they believe in you if you haven't proven anything yet? So when a friend tells me that they have a business, I give them money and like, okay, I'm going to buy that. This friend tells me that they're starting a gym, I go get a membership because I did not have that. So that, I forgot what your question was, but that's where I stand. I didn't have anyone. Yeah. But they started coming in as I started making progress. Yeah, it sucked, but it really, really shows you who should be in your life and who should not. And I've grown a lot since curating who my network is in. And you're all in my network, and I love you all.
Hey.
Yeah.
Love you too, Q.
So Q, as we ask you these questions, and clearly this is a powerful moment that just took you back. I don't think I've seen you, even in your videos, you don't usually pause to go back and find that type of memory. Clearly it was something that's so powerful. Does it make you feel uncomfortable? I mean, are you okay sharing it? Clearly you're okay sharing it, but I mean, what does it make you feel when you go back to that? Like, do you revisit it to get something out of it to, get you to the next day or the next month? I mean, how does that make you feel?
That is a good question, man. I write a lot. I journal a lot. So going back in time, like I love that. That's a big reason why I make videos too, because I can go back and check that progress and I can feel and step back into that moment. So talking about all that, it's just stuff that I never really think about anymore because I'm so forward oriented. I'm so future oriented, but it's cool, man. It's cool to see how far you've come because you really don't pay it. Some people like me don't pay attention to that often. We don't celebrate our small successes. And that's something that I've been guilty of. And I should do that because I have come a long way.
That's awesome. You talk about forward thinking and future thinking, and that's a perfect segue into kind of the last part of the show is like the future for you or for others. And I think Lacey had something that she had really wanted to ask you about that as well. So.
Hey, Lacey.
Hey. What's up? So you're mentioning that you kind of this is something I'm really interested in with people is kind of that moment when you hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that you hit rock bottom. You've got negative $900 in your account and you're like, this is what I got going on. And I don't even really see the way out yet. But so I've actually had some messages from, people on LinkedIn that are kind of going through some of that type of circumstance, like this rock bottom that they haven't figured out how to get through yet. So what would your advice be to them, people that are kind of in that situation right now and they haven't actually made it to the other side?
Yeah. I think that all goes back to why. If you don't have a strong why, if you don't know why you're doing something, it's not going to get done. And I often use like my music analogy, right? So I love music. I'm a guitarist, like a singer-songwriter. Like I do that. I love that. But I would never be a rock star because I'm not willing to put in the countless hours to become that rock star because it's not important to me. I don't like the problems associated with that life. So I would say sit down and evaluate your life and where you see yourself in the future and really, really hone in on that why and why you want to do something. Once you know that why, nothing's going to stop you. Like 100%. I will never, ever go back to working for somebody else. I know that because I won't be able to do the things that I want to do if I am. So hone in on that why and just push through the struggle, push through the adversity, and you will get there as long as you don't quit. I know it sucks. I know like eating rice and chicken every day, or maybe not even eating anything, that fucking sucks. But meet people, position good people around you, and you'll get to where you want to be as long as you keep making progress and as long as you keep moving forward.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah. If you had to, this will be kind of the last part, and then we're going to go to like an open forum where each one of us, just conversation again, Q. But, if you had one word and you talk, I think we have shared this with you. We've said cool and collected, right? That was Vito. You talked about hate and negativity in the beginning. You talk about epic people and epic things, right? If you had to capture your essence in, like a sentence or like in a word or even an image, right? Who is Q? Capture that image for us.
You're really good at this question stuff, man. That's awesome. This isn't it, but I'm going to say this first. I really like wolves because I'm obsessed with, what is it? There's a alpha. Which one's this one? Omega, right? Omega. So sometimes the omega will like work its way up to alpha. That's why I love wolves, and they only have one partner, things like that. But my favorite, I would say, if I had to capture that in one word, I would say it's misfit, man. Like I don't consider myself smart. I don't consider myself talented. I don't consider myself good looking, like anything, but I know that I can accomplish anything that I want to accomplish because I want to accomplish it. And that's it.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
You're sexy, man.
That's a very cute answer. What a cute answer.
And Q, we appreciate it. That's, kind of the gist of the show, but we wanted to leave a little bit of time just to have some conversation. But I think I need to share with you a little bit about each one of us and what is going on for us to make this happen. You can see that Katie is dressed to the T in a wolf shirt. She's about to go to a wedding, right? And she's
Wait, you're going to a wedding in that?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Hair all like 30 minutes.
That is impressive.
Vito, you've got something coming up pretty shortly here too that you got to bounce for, right?
Yeah. I'm supposed to be gone, but Q's that important.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, so I'm getting in trouble for you, man.
Awesome to meet you, though.
Yeah, we just wanted you to know. We just wanted you to know that this is how important it is for us and this show to be able to have these kinds of conversations and share it with the rest of the community. And I'll stop there and leave it there. I know that each of us wants to take a couple minutes to chat or just have some conversation and dialogue. But, on behalf of the six of us, I wanted to just say thank you so much.
I appreciate that. You guys are awesome.
So, yeah.
Yay!
So.
Yay!